Good afternoon, Nicci here from Gracie's house. I'm a brand ambassador for Redesign with Prima. Today we're working on this beauty. So it's a big piece. We're going portraits so that you can see everything that I'm working on. And I'm working with the exclusive VIP transfer, Blossom Botanica. So it's a slightly different link for your retailers up in the description. So if you're looking for a retailer, this particular transfer is only available for the VIP retailers. So the link that I've popped in my description will take you to those retailers alone. I'm also going to dabble with one of the old adhesive transfers as well. Hello Erin, everyone is popping on. As you come on, drop a little hello in the comments. Looks like I'm getting comments, which is always a good start. Patricia, hello. So yes, a little bit of Rustic Elegance. This is discontinued but still available. So your retailers may have this. So do you know what? I've taped this one up. Normally you come to me and I might have pre-cut things. I might have a plan in my head, or I cut while I'm talking to you. I'm so glad I pre-did this one because this is about the third layout. So it would have been quite boring watching me plan where the bits were going to go. And yeah, I think I'm happy. I think once the backing paper's off, I was going to use Blossom Flight. And as I went to prep this morning, I saw this one on so this is the Blossom Botanica for anyone who's joined us since I started. And I just thought, oh, this is going to look absolutely perfect on this pale pink. So this is a stag piece. So it's a mid-century brand that's quite big and quite well known here in the UK. Very sought after. There's a lot of people that like them plain and simple, but whenever we do them kind of a bit more interesting colour, they seem to be really popular as well. So you just can't go wrong with stag, and that's what this is. Hi Gina, hi Nicoletta. So this is the plan. I have both my tools, so the stick that comes in the tubes, as we all know, and the lovely little transfer tool that you can also get from Redesign with Prima. This is great if you've got little angles to get into, or if you have nooks and crannies to rub in. Just gives you a little bit more to work with. Okay, so we'll get started. I'm going to pull the camera in just a little bit. So just in case you're interested in the colour, this is tea rose I've used. Is it tea rose? Tea rose or conch, I can't remember. They're both basically the same from Dixie Belle. So I think I'm going to start down here just because I'm already sat down. So what I might do is just bring you in there and drop my camera down a little bit. There we go. And try not to get my knees in the way. So this is a couple of coats of the pink. We'll just call it the pink, it's easier. If you've got any questions as I go along, please by all means drop them in the comments. I will do my best to answer, or I will catch up. Or if the lovely Roz is in the background, she quite often will pop a comment in for me as well. So I'm just going to remove the masking tape because that's adhered, and I'm using the lines on this one. I'm using the guidelines to keep me level on these drawers. It'll really help with the placement. So this has got some really pretty butterflies in it as well. Very delicate, pretty pink flowers. And some sort of peachy coloured ones just poking out as well. Patricia, you love this. Do you know what? It's just, it's pretty. It's so pretty. Hi, Barb. Yeah, it's so pretty, and I love that the butterflies have got they're kind of the different colours through the butterflies. They're different to any of the butterflies that we've seen on other transfers. Lisa, hello. How are you? And of course, I didn't have this one for working on the sneak peeks. So we don't all get everything. And so this is the first time using this one. Catherine, it is dainty. It is got the flowers are delicate. It's just so beautiful, but not in a big, bold way. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love those big, bold florals. You guys. And I've got my knife. Again, we did this the other week. I find, for me, the easiest way is to get your transfer down and stuck, and then go through with either a craft knife. Hi Joan, it is pretty and feminine. The other month wasn't everything turquoise. This month so far, a lot of pink. A lot of pink. So yeah, I just run my knife through the gap and let that guide me. And again, you see the little nook there? No, wrong end. There. On the camera. That will help you just go round that corner. So how is everybody? What have you been up to this week? You're pleased to see me using this one, Lisa. Do you know, first go, it's really pretty. I was just saying, if you missed the beginning, this is my third layout that I've worked on. I did not like the first two. You've got to get the balance right because of the direction of the way the branches fall. They're not. I think there's 3 going one way and then 2 going the other. So I've still got one section of branch left over that could go on a smaller project. Like a bedside table would look lovely. If I could find a stag bedside table to match this, that would be a good. But this would look great, you know, cute in a nursery. Oh, how lovely. I think you might struggle to get this past a husband. It might be a bit too pretty for a man to put up with. Who knows? Depends who rules the roost, I suppose. I'm also quite excited to use these adhesive ones. So I think there has been confusion in the past with the adhesive transfers. So I think when people go and buy transfers and they've ordered one of the adhesive ones because they've seen it on a project, and then when it comes like, I'll show you if you haven't seen them before. This is how they come, the adhesive ones. So these yellow butterflies, that's the adhesive transfers. So this is how they come, and people are a bit confused. But because it's adhesive, you can stick anything to it. So you can you can buy these foils separately. There's another colour, but they tend to be, I can't reach it. There's not many colours knocking about now. But you can use gold leaf, variegated gold leaf. You could use gold flakes. Basically anything that will stick to it. Any kind of art foils should stick. Gracie's just had for Christmas, she's just finished like an adhesive foil art thing, anything like that. She's got plenty left actually. I might have to thieve. She's finished it, but there's loads of the foils left, so I might have to steal them for my stash. It should be the other way around. It should be me giving her the pretty adhesive bits, but I think I'll steal it. Carmelina, it is a pretty transfer. It's a really delicate one. Now the stick sometimes has a little bit more give if you need it to bend the other way. So that's why I always tend to switch between the 2 tools. I do try to have both on hand. Do you know what? This was definitely tea rose and not conch. Where this is the chalky style paint, I find they go on smoother on the paints like the silk range. There we go. Pretty. Helen, I am copying you. I am. But I didn't do it on the blue. It looks beautiful on blue. I've seen this on blues. I'm going to do a butterfly. Yeah, it looks really, really pretty on blues. Cute butterfly look. It's kind of a purpley blue in it. Really nice. So I've kind of wanted my butterflies to kind of move through the piece of furniture. There we go. You can see what I'm doing. There we go. Super. Joe, you love it. Good, good, good. I think this is going to be a really nice piece. As I said, I was going to do Blossom Flight until about an hour and a half ago, and I completely changed my mind. Masking tape off of there. It's going to get in my way. Making sure my head doesn't get in the way. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Like the details in the butterflies, they're all just so delicate and very hand-drawn, but like fine hand-drawn quality. Laurie, 8 a.m. in New York. So you're coffeeing? Is this your wake-up coffee or you're on your second cup? Hi, Heather. It is a pretty one. It is. I think I'm going to go... No, I'm going to kind of go just slightly off on that one. We've ordered our butterflies for this year. Last year, Gracie had one of those butterfly kits where you buy them caterpillars and you feed them up and watch them turn into chrysalis, and then you have to look after them. So we've ordered this year's butterflies. She loved it. And the great thing about these little details is you get to see things happening quite quickly, and it's little pieces, so it's not sort of too daunting. If you're just starting out, I always say it's good to work with small pieces and build your way up. Oh, so lovely. Oh, you've had 2 coffees already. Hi, Roz. Well, my husband just got back and he's been bringing me tea. Our kids, the school kids in the UK, most of them went back to school yesterday, and I was in the workshop and he brought me a cup of tea. Awesome. So I'm just going to cut this piece off here because I didn't want that whole piece of branch, so I just think the balance will work better if I cut that off there. First spring-like day here in the south of the UK. It is really spring-like, isn't it? We had a couple of days last week, but today, I mean, my dogs are outside and sunbathing, and yeah, it's lovely. I've got the door of my workshop open. I haven't had to put the heater on. I know, sweet husband. I do think he wanted something though, Joe, if I'm honest. Or he'd done something and I still haven't found out what. It's highly likely. So where was that? It was about there, wasn't it? So I'm lining up my grid line there with actually I'm going to go up a little bit, with the bottom of those drawers. I'm just lining this one here, and I'm lining it up there to go to the edge of the drawer. This little bit I was quite happy to go over the edge. That one I just wanted it to start. Robin, do you paint a clear coat over them for cleaning purposes? Oh yes, you do have to seal the transfers, yes. You're not sunbathing yet, Alison? No, it's just the dogs. Yes, so you need to seal. If you go into the files, when you finish watching, if you go into the files, there's a list, there's a section, and it has all of the recommended top coats we Redesign with Prima recommend. So you can use water-based top coats, waxes. Don't use Gator Hide. If you're a fan of Gator Hide, it just doesn't work with the transfers. They'll lift, crack, peel. What does tend to work though, if you like Gator Hide for that real tough finish, is a couple of coats of a satin clear coat. And then you can Gator Hide over the top of that, but you have to make sure that you have a really good finish on your satin. Yeah, so Robin, just as I said, water-based, so I use Dixie Belle. I also use Polyvine, but I think that's more widely available in the UK. Polyvine Wax Finish Varnish. Ros, you might correct me there. So I'm going to get my knife again. I'm just going to cut along that line. That draw's slightly lower than it was. So on these sets, these tall boys, if you can see, so we've got 2 full-size drawers, 3 small ones, and then 2 full-size ones again. And then just so for those of you that aren't familiar with stag furniture, those are the knobs that go on the little 3 drawers, and then these rings are the ones that go on the bigger ones. And I was tempted to put some different hardware, but I found this really nice gold spray that's kind of a satin finish gold rather than a high shine, and I thought it went really nicely with this. Plus it's a pretty good match to the gold that I'm going to be using on the adhesive transfer. So it's all about the decisions. So it's got its original hardware with a little bit of a makeover. So again, I'm just using that corner, the crook of my transfer tool to rub it onto the, kind of bend it over onto the edge of the drawer. It's probably got less of it. I'm going to switch to my stick to get into that bit there. Erin, can you hear the background? Can you hear the birds? I know, it's crazy, isn't it? You know, it went really cold again for a couple of days last week. Sorry, I've just realised I might be getting my hair in the way again. There, that's better, isn't it? Do I seal over the spray gold on handles? Do you know what? I don't, because the spray that I've got doesn't require one. If you're using one that does, then obviously by all means. But the spray that I've used just doesn't need one. It kind of had, it's like a primer colour, and you're done, all in one. Okay, let's get some of this peeled off. Angle. There you go, is that a bit better? Burnishing as I go on this one. Stop down, there we go. what decals do you prefer the most and where can I order? If you look, I mean, I like, to be honest, I love all the redesign with, whoops, nearly kicked you over there. I love all the redesign with Prima transfers. I do like the, I am more of a florals girl. And if you look in the links up at the top, this particular transfer that I'm using is a VIP one, so it's exclusive to the top retailers. So I put a link in that you can find this particular one. There's also a link that you can buy all of the other products from the retail site via my affiliate link. So it's all in the post description. Do you know what it is as well? Is I quite often say the easiest way to do these pieces is to lie them down on their back, because you can actually get more pressure on. Obviously, we do this when we're demonstrating just so that it's easier for you to see and I talk to you and everything. But to save yourself some hassle and to make it easier to apply the right amount of pressure, if you do it on its back, you're halfway in the battle. I've missed a question there. I am new to this. What tools do you use? So every single transfer tube comes with one of these sort of kind of wide flat lollipop stick, popsicle stick, or you can buy an extra tool. And there we go. So that's Redesign with Prima as well. So that, if you're looking for them on the website, that comes under tools. But if you get into transferring, you'll have lots and lots of these lying around. I tend to use them for paint stirring sticks after I've used them from the transfer. If I've got to put my hammer on anything, I use them in between the hammer and the piece, so that it's this that gets a dent in. Oh, it's so pretty. The greens, they're lovely tones of green, very, very botanical, very natural. Yeah, really pretty, really pretty. Oh, missed a bit, all the way over there. Didn't see that little bit tucked over there. There we go. Oh, thank you, Robin. Sorry, I've gone quiet. I was concentrating there. Sometimes I forget to talk. You just get into it and you just concentrate. There we go. Oh, so pretty. So I'm just running over. Sounds like we've got quite a few new people on. So once you've rubbed and you've got your top sheet off, we recommend going over and burnishing. And we get asked a lot, what is burnishing? You'll see there's a small halo of where the adhesive is around the transfer. They're very delicate, beautiful. And when you first apply it, this is the most visible it'll ever be. But see what I'm doing? You just run your fingertips over. Run, if you can, from the middle of the transfer to the edges, and it just pushes down all those edges. If there's any kind of parts where the contact hasn't been completely made, this is your chance to kind of push them down. And that will diminish that halo quite considerably. And then when you top coat again, they'll be barely visible at all. So that's what when you hear the word or see the word burnishing, if anyone's seen it in comments, not really knowing what it is, that is what we're talking about. I've used my finger here. I sometimes use, let me grab one. I sometimes use a microfiber cloth. These can work really well, and you can be quite delicate with those also because they're just so soft. So if you've ever heard burnishing and not sure what we've talked about, that is what burnishing is. Hi, Deborah. So anyone that's just joining us that hasn't been with us from the start, I'm just going to run my, where is it? I've got two on this piece. I've got 2 draw lines. So there's one there, and then there's one here. There we go, done. We are working with the Blossom Botanica Transfer, which is one of the VIP. So this is only available at VIP retailers. I have put a link in the post description to take you to the page where you can find VIP retailers. So you don't need to go looking for it. It's already there for you. If you're lucky enough to have a VIP retailer as your local one, that's great. If not, you can find one on that link. And for any other products, there's also a link, an affiliate link of mine that will take you to the retail site directly. Just a bit. Okay. So again, I cut through these because then you're just dealing with little sections. And again, it will make things easier. These drawers aren't entirely flat, so it makes things easier. I'm going to move myself around. I'm going to bring the camera in so you can see. So you can see I'm just working with this piece here, and it makes it easier, and you can it gives you some reveals kind of quicker. When you're dealing with a really big piece, it can be a bit daunting. And if you can cut it into smaller sections, it just makes it easier to manage. Pay particular attention to kind of these foliage, these small big pieces as well, because sometimes you've just got to, it will help you. I've got a little tiny air bubble there. Don't fret. Get your knife, don't drag it, just dot on it. And then you can push the air out and make sure you've got contact across your transfer. But you want to make sure that you get rid of those air bubbles. Here's something for you. Try saying bubble angrily. It's impossible. Bubble. It just doesn't sound angry, does it? I'm just going to run my thumbnail under there just to fold in that edge. I'm just going to make sure everything's nice and flat on that section. Done. I've got this tiny little bit here to do, which is in between the 2 smaller drawers. That shouldn't take too much. You see what I'm doing? My hand's in the way, isn't it? Sorry, on these little delicate pieces. I'll get it out of the way in a sec. There we go. So So there you see, again, I'm just using small sections and dealing with them one by one. And you can see it come to life. Pretty in pink indeed. There we go, last section of this branch. And then I maybe do some more butterflies. I might do one of the adhesive ones. I'm desperate to try one. Helen, you've done the adhesive ones, haven't you? I think you used a butterfly, did you? I'm really copying you. It was a while ago, but I'm really copying you. Do it. Do the metallic. The adhesive. I'm gonna do it. The other good thing about these, the foil sheets, it's okay, you copy me all the time, is you can use them with like a, like a gilding glue or a glue through a stencil. There's loads of different ways that you can use the foils. Oh, it is so pretty, can't stop saying it. Okay, so I'm gonna go for, let's move over here and do this bigger butterfly over here. Okay, so I'm gonna take those bits of masking tape off because I think they're gonna get in my way. Taking the backing sheet off, and I want to go like, I'm just gonna tuck that there. I think I'm gonna go like that. Does that look nice? Yeah. So you still rub it on like you would a transfer with the top sheet on. And then when your top sheet comes off, that leaves you with a sticky outline basically, or a sticky shape. Oh, that's not to stick down there. There we go. Try again. Make sure that's really, really stuck down nicely. Little tip, if the foil doesn't cover all over, pounce the sheet. Oh, okay. Love it, Ros, thank you. So you can go over and fill in the gaps if there's some areas that's missing, I think is what you're getting at. Yeah. Do you know what? It's exactly the same as Gracie's crafting that she got for Christmas. Okay. There's a bit missing there. There we go. I want to make sure it's really, really, really stuck down. Okay, I don't want to stick because I don't want to touch it because I don't want the stickiness to stop sticking. Mary, you've just ordered the Blossom Botanica. Okay, so just so you know, this gold is called Stardust. Can you see there? But as I said, some of these colours are becoming more difficult to get hold of. So, I don't even know, do we need the transfer tool for this? I would imagine the stick or the transfer tool, either one is probably going to work quite well. See, it's sticking with my finger already. Ooh, reveal, reveal. Okay. Da, 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 da. Oh, pretty. Nice. And you're right, Roz, I missed a bit down here. I didn't rub hard enough. So I'm going to just go in and go back over those bits. That's the beauty of these sticky ones. There's no issue if you miss some. There we go. And there's a little bit there as well. Oh, I love it. Pretty. And a little bit there. Oh, I think it sits back lovely with the rest of the transfers. With the Blossom Botanica and the other butterflies. And this gold isn't too, it's not too in your face. It's not too shiny. And look, that's what you're left with. That's where the foils come from. Okay, I'm just going to put that out for Ray. And we'll do a bit more. Let's move the camera back out so you can see a bit more. Okay. Thank you, Patricia. It is really pretty. I've got some other details which I'm tempted to try and add as well, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to get these other few butterflies done. How are we doing for time? Okay. Maybe I'm chatting too much. Because we've got 3 more branches to do. Lovely. And do you know what else I've got here as well? I've got a couple of little gold, blah, blah, blah. They're the adhesive and they're hearts. I thought they might be quite a nice touch as well. So I might stick those on as well. I'll go here. These are quite cute, although they're the same. You quite often get like a pair, don't you, of these cabbage white type of... Ah, there we go, another good tip. Roz, no wax or salve over the adhesive transfers. It needs to be a water-based sealer. Thank you. Great tip. Does it have a reaction to the glue? I'm guessing that's probably what happens to it, like the oil-based type of situation. Okay, got another little bit of adhesive. It makes it mushy. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm going to pop another little gold one here. Get my foil. Glad I didn't put that away. I think actually the foils are so delicate you really just need to put your fingers over them rather than... Oh, what happened there? Something's happened there. Oh, I must have rolled it back. I'll have to fill that in with some adhesive. Never mind. Me being clumsy. Okay. There we go. Another tip for the adhesive transfers. Mix and match the foils over them. Oh yeah, really cute. Yeah, do you know what? I would do that. It's only because I wanted it to match the hardware on this one. But yeah, that's a good idea. There's a lovely kind of pearly looking one which is very nice. Let's just move it up a bit. There we go. Roz, full of the tips today. Tip of the morning to you. Okay, so was that about there? I think it was, wasn't it? I'm just going to put it there. That's my edge. Okay. So I'm going to flatten down the biggest face first, and then go around the curve before I cut, because it will just pull it up a little bit, as you saw there. Underrated transfers. Yeah, I agree. They are fun. They just give you a little bit of a pop, don't they? Because I also got out the one of the gilded ones, Gilded Home and Nature, because that's got a gold butterfly on it. But the gold wasn't quite right for my hardware. Otherwise, I'd have used that. So again, I'm just doing little section by little section. There we go. Let's cut that bit off there. Where's my tool? There it is. Oh, do you know what? I'm so, it's just so nice to have a few hours without the homeschooling malarkey. I just can't tell you. Well, I'm sure I can tell you. I'm sure those of you that have been in the same situation. It's just, and not hearing, I said this on a live I did yesterday, not hearing the word mummy for 6 whole hours is like beyond a dream. It's felt like it's a long time coming. This up. Do you know what it is? I keep looking at the camera thinking, you can't see what I'm doing, but you can. It's that I can't see what I'm doing because the comments are over it. So I need to stop worrying so much. The other good thing about the tool is because I've made a couple of marks in my paintwork, which is no big deal. I can touch that up. That's me being trying to go too quickly. But the good thing with the transfer tool is because it's plastic, you won't mark your if you're doing light paint, you won't mark it. But as I said, it's because I was trying to be too quick and I've gone over the edge with my tool. If you've got nice big flat surfaces, your happy days, you will take longer, Ros, this is Tea Rose, Dixie Belle Tea Rose. Yeah, you'll take longer if you've not got big flat surfaces, because you've got more work to do. You've got the cutting, you've got the going around, you know, even these, they're very, very subtle shaping, but they, there is shaping there, so you have to work slower, or those shapes will slow you down, should I say. Because you still have to make sure that everything's nice and smooth. I missed a bit. I didn't cut through there. There you go. Another little cut. No, that one's not going in. I don't know why. There we go. There we go. I do like Tea Rose. It is a pretty pink. And then one more last little piece on this branch, and I don't think I'm going to quite get this finished within my hour, but we'll do our best. I might have to switch sides. Oh, can you hear the helicopter? That sounds like a big one. We've got a little airport quite close to us, and we've lived here for about 8 years, and gradually the traffic has got more frequent and bigger and louder. It's just commercial and military. I think the odd bit of military comes in and out, so there's no, you know, there's no passenger stuff, thank goodness. It would be hectic, I think. Lovely. So I just can't get over how pretty and delicate these pieces are. The colours and the detail in them. Very, very sweet. Okay. Let's pull you back a bit, actually. Whoop, wrong way. There we go. I'll do that. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a camera disaster this morning. This afternoon. My afternoon. There we go. That's better. Okay, so we're going to do this big piece, and that will probably take me the last 10 to 12 minutes of my slot. So we'll just see how far we get. Yeah, Helen, I agree. I think the colours in the butterflies are just that little bit different to anything we've seen in the other ones. I just think, yeah, you know, this one here, really, really pretty. Okay, I'm trying to remember what line I lined up with now. I think it's that one there. There we go. Yeah, that looks good to me. So I'm going to go with the big flat piece in the middle first. And work outwards. I've just remembered this drawer, I've got to put a drawer stop on the top one, so I'm going to have to work a bit cunning here. I might leave that bit for now, go back to that. That one just wants to sit back further than the others. Annoyingly. only cutting where the actual transfer is. There's no real need to cut right the way through if you don't want to. As I said, those points on the foliage, just pay particular attention to those. Once you've got the point laid down, the rest will follow, but quite often they just take a little bit longer. And you don't want to lose them and then roll back on the rest of the transfer. As you see, I switch between my stick and my transfer tool quite frequently. I haven't really got a preference. It's just about what section I'm doing at a certain time and what I can get more feel for. Helicopter's coming over again. You like how I explain everything? Oh, good. Yes. Let's go. Air traffic. It's getting serious now. I've got up on my knees. Okay, I've got to do the bit up here now, and the problem I've got is that the drawer's not sitting where I want it to be. It's okay. We've pulled it off. There we go. Perfect. Bring you here. Is that there? This is where I am. Yeah. Scissors. Better. I know my hair. I know. I did have to speak to my hairdresser. The greys are popping through. So sneaks up on you, doesn't it? Mind you, you're one to speak, Ros. Your hair's crazy long. Hi, Sabine. I'm desperately just trying to get this branch top sheet done before I finish up. While I'm doing this, we'll do a recap. So I'm working here with the Blossom Botanica transfer, which is the VIP transfer available only from the exclusive VIP retailers. So you don't have to find the links. I've popped links in my post description. So you can find a VIP retailer here. They're not only in the US. We have some. I think there's one or two in the UK. So if you're watching from the UK and you're interested in this transfer, that's where you would need to get one from. You can't get them from all retailers. The adhesive transfers, although they are discontinued, some of the retailers will still have them. Some of those items are still available. And anything else you want to buy, you can buy through my affiliate link, which is also in the post description. If you haven't already, I'd love you to drop me some love over on my page. I hit 8,000 likes overnight. I woke up to that, which was fabulous. So again, that's also linked in those comments. So if you click that link, it will go straight to my page. And I think I might just about do this. Maybe just. And the butterfly. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to cut that bit so it's not rustling around. Try and get that butterfly finished as well. Come on. Oh, I can see Gracie want to keep this, even though I've just done one for her. Ooh, that felt like a mammoth, that last one. So I'm going to move the camera back. We've got a few more bits left to do, but oh, isn't she pretty? Lovely. Yes, the adhesive one is the Rustic Elegance, just in case you missed that as well. So that's the two that we've been working with today. Thank you again, always. Oh, I'm wonky. There we go. Thanks as always for taking the time. Last week I was a quick one last week, so I feel like this has made up for it. I really appreciate you spending time with me. I know we're all busy, and I hope you like what we're creating here today. I'll hopefully get this finished up and be able to photograph it soon. I'm here this time every week, so I hope to see you all again next week. And also, one last thing, if you're not watching live, if you're watching on catch up, just pop a hashtag replay in the comments for me. Thanks guys, bye. Oh, the button won't